It depends on the day. So usually, yes. I mean, uh, when you were at Zapopan, you cook for yourself, and always it you still right. Yes, yeah, it is. I'm thinking about the problem because you told me you want a medium, right? Mm, I have one, just as the other one I sent you. Did you solve that? Which one? Which one? I remember I send it to you. Yes. Uh, I mean, the hint for that is majority is half or more than that, right? In linear space, in constant. Yeah, it's not a problem. It's just I was thinking about the other problem because the hint that is since the majority is the half or more, you can have a candidates. You can set the first element as candidate and keep account of that number. So if the next number is the same, increase the count. If it's a count, and then yeah, that's with constant space. Uh, yeah, I think so. I'm thinking about it. Okay, so hold on. I'm thinking about the next one because I will share with you. You left. I was talking and then I hear no answer. So okay, yeah. I'm thinking about one problem. I will share it with you and let's do the interview. Uh, okay, my name is Fernando. I will be your interviewer. How your day so far? I'm great. Uh, so this will be a 30 minutes interview. I will show you one problem and please share your thoughts, and if you have any questions, I'm here to answer them. So please share your screen and open this problem. Um, there's one. It probably is. Yeah, Windows is not the most memory efficient, and actually, with Chrome, I maybe you're using Chrome. Yes. Right. Okay. Uh, can you see the problem? Okay, I will read it, and please tell me if you have any questions. Remember, you don't have the constraints. Assume you cannot see them. The constraint. Assume you cannot see the constraints. So, yeah, the example, it's okay. Uh, Given an unsorted array of integers nums, return the length of the longest consecutive elements sequence. You must write an algorithm. Just keep it with the first statement. Give it an unsorted array of integers nums. Return the length of the longest consecutive element sequence. Yes, you have. Okay, for this interview, we will forget about the ON time. So, Sorry, can you repeat that question? Okay, the length of the array is okay. Okay, the length of the array is, let's keep it as 100,000 in tops, and each number will be my minus 10 up to 9 to up to 10 to 9. Yes, it is inclusive. Great question. Uh, yes, yes, you can. Yeah, we can have negatives. Okay. Um, yeah, in this case, yes, we can have duplicates. Okay, that's in space, right? Okay, so that will be your answers. Okay, let's go to implement. Yeah, implement it, please.
Yeah, can we use the first example as input? See how it works. I have a question. Line 28. If nums are -1 equals. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. No, yeah, because that's never true. Okay, can we test it? Just put in run, not submit. Yeah, I think you're missing the sorting part, right? Okay, sounds good to me. It, it will work about just the on time. It won't work because the end time, the linear time. I mean, you can submit it and it will. Yes, I mean you can try, and we can see if there's an example before the.
Yes. Yes. If you restarted, you also started with the one. Just as a hint, you can skip it, not increase the current line. If it's exactly the same number, just go to the next. And you're missing something. You're missing the plus one part. Line 33, because it's exactly the same case as above. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, actually, do that because the sort exceeds the linear time. Yeah, I mean, I will consider this as the end of the interview. Uh, one, I will tell you about my feedback right now. Uh, you said time and space complexity about the sorting, right? And the space is not exactly correct because for sorting, the you can assume is n log n because usually use merge sort, but merge sort uses linear space. Linear space. It is correct, n log n. But I mean, depends on the language and the implementation because uh, some languages have there's quicksort and merge sort. The quicksort is constant space and in general n log n time, but the worst case, is n square. So you cannot say is n log n. It's square. But when it's quick, it's quick. So it's even less than the n log n. I mean, it's n log n usually, but the worst case is n square. So you cannot say it's n log n, but for the space is constant. Depends on the implementation. Sometimes there's a language, I'm not sure which one, uh, that can do a pre-processing to see if it's better implement quicksort or merge sort, for instance. But okay, in general, my recommendation is when you say about sorting, consider n log n as time and n as space. Linear space log n log n as time. That's uh, like always do. So you can change your space for n. Space is linear. Yeah. Uh, there's some cases, but you need to focus in the general case, so you cannot assume it's constant. Assume linear, always linear. Another thing, you didn't mention two solutions, just one. Uh, that, yes. I mean, you if you know the brute force, or you can think about the brute force, uh, stay with that. Like in this example, let me see. You can say, okay, I will take the 100 and see if I have 101, 102, 103. The time for that is quadratic. That's yes, that's pre- that's pretty brute. Yeah, but there's there's a solution, and you can say, okay, but if I have maybe for the in this example, if I start with the two, I will find the 3 and 4. So I will have a 3, but I have 1, so I can use the 2 for that and create a longer subsequence. And yes, that's brute, but that's the solution. Then you can start with the trade-offs. Okay, I don't need to check because if I check for the 2 and for the 1, and if the 2 have 3, I will have 4. I something I can do is sorting. So start with the minimum element until I reach the limit of both ones, and then to the second starting and continue with that. And that's another solution. You can say the trade-offs. Uh, what's the trade-off? Okay, I will consume more space, but because the first approach I told you is constant space, because you're using one as reference and then search for the next one and the next one and the next one. So that's constant. But if you sort, that's linear. So that's the trade-offs. The space, but I'm getting more time. Usually, I mean, it's not usually like a must. It's prefer less time than less space. You can say about talk about that and mention, okay, what kind of problems we will solve, because if we have a limited space or something like that, no, we don't have it. Oh, okay, so I will continue with this, but just to consider it, because it's considering more time, more space, something like that. But the important part is the trade-offs. Something I liked about your interviews is you always talk about the complexity, and that's a green flag, huge one actually. Um, Let me think a little bit, because the when you write the algorithm before coding, you can use those examples as you did. Okay, what happened if I have an empty array or one element array? Or what if I have duplicates? Yeah, that's also a green flag. Uh, Go to your algorithm using examples before coding. I mean, if you have errors or syntax error or something like that, you know uh, how to solve it. I mean, how to solve the problem. Maybe you have some errors in worst case, and I hope this never happens to you. Uh, your code don't don't compile because some syntax errors, grammar errors, something like that. At least I know you know how it works. Depends on the interview. Some interviews will tell you, okay, let's run it. Some other is more like pseudocode. So depends on the interview. Usually pseudocode, but more like a code, because okay, for this interview I will use Java or Python, but it's just a syntax. So it was good. Y- Yeah, you have areas to improve. You have some areas to improve, like more more solutions, or something like the things I said about. Okay, I think you have an error about the if or something like that. That's not a real issue. That's more to mm, to compile it to have the answer. I don't think you can do in LeetCode Premium. Is uh, yeah, no, actually, something you can do in Premium when you mine is okay. You're not using mine, right? Okay, stop sharing your screen. Stop sharing your. I want to show you something. I mean, you can use my account. Uh, but something you can do. Let's use. That's work with this. Try to solve it, and then search about monotonic, increasing, decreasing here. But try to solve it first without that. And something you can do is, let's see this one. Submit it. Okay, this is not mine. Submit it. Okay, but you can see other answers in the yeah. For instance, let's use. Okay, I didn't know that, because if you submit, I'm pretty sure someone did it in Python. If you submit it, you can see the tops. This is one of the tops, but one. So I mean, I did do that. One of my friends. It's Java. Yes.